Today I'm going to show you 10 different ways that you can reuse all those plastic eggs that your kids collected over the long weekend. And I have different activities set up around my table that I'm going to give you a close-up look at. Let's get started. First up, we have an egg rescue. I just took some washi tape that I have and taped down some eggs so that my 3-year-old can practice his cutting skills. So just take the eggs and practice snipping through to get the eggs free. This one is a favorite of my kids. They love doing this. Over here, I have an egg balance game. I always have a collection of toilet paper tubes. So I have 2 utensils here. I have tongs so that they can practice picking up the eggs with the tongs and then balancing them, dropping them like that. And if the tongs are too hard, then we could practice doing it with a spoon. Or maybe if the tongs are too easy, because that spoon was actually a little bit harder. So pick your utensil and practice the skill. That's a self-help feeding skill that you can practice. Okay, here we have 2 different things that we can do. I have the bottoms of eggs, so you know when the tops eventually break off after like 5 seconds of having them, or if you have the ones that don't come already connected, I really like those. You can have them practice making an egg tower. It's a little bit harder than you might think. Make sure if you're going to do this, you give them all the same pieces, so either all bottoms or all tops, or if you want to give them a challenge, I guess you could mix them up, but they might get a little bit frustrated. So depending on the age of your kiddos, you might want to consider that. The other thing that you can do that I have here is positional word practice. My 3-year-old loves to tell me when we're picking a show on the TV that he wants the one in the middle. It will most likely not be the show in the middle. So I'll turn on the one in the middle and he's like, no, I wanted the one with the dog, which you know is to the left. So I have been practicing with him lining 3 things up, and I'd say which one is in the middle so that he could correctly identify that blue is in the middle. And then I would mix up the colors, put a different color in the middle, and do it again. Or you can practice even first, middle, last, or you could go left, middle, right, depending on what skill you're working on. This is a favorite of his. He's been playing with this. It's actually wet because he just got done playing with it. This is egg scooping. So I have a tub with water in it, and this is it's actually a deviled egg holder, I believe, from Dollar Tree. And with a slotted spoon so that the water drains out, pick up an egg and practice dumping it onto the deviled egg holder. This is an egg relay. You need 2 buckets or 2 bowls, 2 containers, baskets, whatever you want to use for each participant. So you would set one filled container of eggs on one side of a room or outside and put the other empty bucket somewhere farther away. And then they would do a relay race, putting the egg on the spoon, walking the distance over to the other bucket and dropping it. So you would need 2 containers, one filled with eggs for each participant and a spoon. And then you could time them. If it's just one child doing it, you could time to see how fast they could do. They could try to beat their own time. And if it's 2 children, then of course they can race each other. This is my color sorting activity. I have a piece of a clear egg tray that I cut up for this purpose. And then I put the bottom of an egg in there of different colors. I put matching pom-poms of the same color. So 2 different utensils. They can practice with the tongs, picking them up, and then color matching. So putting them in the right corresponding colored container, or they can use a spoon. Again, those self-help feeding skills at work there, whichever way you want to do it. For pattern making, I'm going to bring that piece of the egg carton over, and my 5-year-old is in pre-K and he is working on pattern making. So I can tell him, make me an A-B pattern with, you know, purple and green, and he knows what that means. So that means A-B, this one color is A, one color is B. So if we're going A-B, the pattern goes purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, and that is an A-B pattern. So you pick 2 colors and they alternate. You can do A-A-B-B, whatever pattern that you want them to make. That's how you can practice it with the eggs. This game here is called magnet pickup. So I put a circle magnet in each of the eggs. I like to tape them up whenever I have magnets in them. It just adds an extra layer of security. 1 magnet swallowed is probably not a big deal. 2 magnets swallowed is an emergency room visit. So I don't want any emergency room visits. I always supervise anytime we're playing with magnets because it kind of freaks me out a little bit. We do have a magnet wand that came with a toy, but I couldn't find it quickly. So here's one that I made a long time ago. It's just 2 magnets glued onto the side of a popsicle stick. So they take the wand and they're trying to find the magnet with the magnet stick and do a transfer, and you can reuse that egg carton there too again. So I didn't make all of these yet because I was just trying to get done so I could show this to you guys. I didn't glue the magnets in there, but that would probably make it easier if you have a kiddo who's getting frustrated by this, because the magnet does move around. So if it was glued in place, it'd probably be easier to use it. I store my magnets. These are the magnets that I use, the button magnets from Walmart. I also have some that have come on some toys that I've kept, but I store them in a medicine bottle because it has a childproof cap. I know that they can't get into it, so nobody is getting into the magnets unless I have let them, and I don't. So I think that's a secure way to keep them. My last idea is simply to just re-hide them. My kids love searching for eggs. I love making them practice searching for eggs because they can't find anything ever. So I think that's a very useful life skill to make them do. I have Post-it notes, write the numbers 1 through 10, put them inside the eggs, hide them, and as they find them, bring them back, and then we'll try to order the numbers 1 through 10 to see if we can get them correct. So there you have it. There's 10 additional ways to use these eggs before they get lost under your couch forever. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll have another sensory bin coming out soon. See you next time.